Stop trying to be an employee. Let's talk about what you should do instead. Hi, welcome to Coffee Break, the show where I like to take a second and have a conversation with you guys about all the things having to do with creativity, the journey involved in it, and everything in between. Now, before we start, let me just say that if you like this video, please make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification, because we post episodes every week. Also, consider visiting our website, www.giftedbiscuit.com, for articles of inspiration, motivation, and all that stuff in between. Stop trying to be an employee. You never were one. Now, I know a lot of people are going to hear that saying and they're going to go, that doesn't make any sense. What is he talking about? Is he telling people to quit their jobs? No. Do not quit your job on my account. I do not want that litigation. No. Instead, allow me to introduce to you the concept that you were never meant to be an employee. Stop trying to be an employee. You never really were one. Now, what that means is there are some people out there, right, who don't need anything else. They go to work, they work their 40 hours, they clock out, they go home, they open a beer, they have a good time. That's all they want out of life. And that's okay. And then there are some people, like me, who want more, you know? Not necessarily they want more money, but they want to contribute more to the world. They want to give more. However, it does take a second to actually realize that that's what you want. See, when I was younger, right, I really had this pessimistic view of the world, right? I believed that you're born, you work 40 hours for 40 years, and then you die. And then something changed where I worked really hard for all these different companies, and at the end of all that time spent working so hard, I never felt like I was validated for all the work that I put in. I have a bunch of horror stories of things I've done that were far beyond what I was paid to do because I believed that it would help me get this promotion of some kind. It didn't. Spoiler alert, it didn't. And that's the crazy part of all of that is at a certain point I had to realize these companies don't value you as much as you value these companies. I am not saying quit your job. Please, again, do not quit your job to pursue your dreams. I am a realist, not just an optimist. Optimist? Like Optimus Prime? Look, listen. All I'm saying is that shouldn't be the only thing you want to do. If you are a creative, if you're about what you say you're about, if you want to add value into the world, you gotta stop trying to be an employee. This video is not for someone who is trying to climb a corporate ladder or go somewhere to then use that money and that power and that position of power to invest in themselves later. That's not what this video is for. This video is for the guy like me who is working third shift on fries 6 days a week because he was trying to get promoted to be Burger King manager. To prove yourself to people who don't really care and prove yourself to a corporation who only really views you as a number. When I was like 18 or 19, I was working really hard at this Burger King. And I had a manager who I'm not gonna name, but I remember walking by and she was talking to the general manager and they were discussing some dude's like employment and they were doing so openly, right? Mind you, I think the dude was in the back. I'm not quite sure. He might have been in the freezer. And she goes to my GM, and I don't remember the rest of the conversation. I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend to know. What I did hear was, I don't care if they've worked here for 2 months or 20 years, fire him. Imagine that. Imagine working your entire life, half of your actual like working career theoretically, and then your like district manager has a bad day, and she's just like, fire him. I don't care if he spent his entire life on fry. I don't care if he's the only person who knows how to operate a broiler. Fire his ass. Think about that. And that's where the saying of stop trying to be an employee, you never really were one, comes from for me. Where I'm like, these companies do not value us. They only value you as a number, as a worker to put in those 40 hours. You gotta stop putting in all this extra work in a place that does not value you. Instead, focus on yourself. Still, don't get me wrong, Still give them those 40 hours because you need to keep that job. But all that extra time that you are giving to these corporations because you want to look good to your district manager, to your GM, just to be this manager of this stupid corporation, this not even like a GM. You just want to be a manager among managers. It's not worth it, man. And I think that saying is so important to me because as a 17-year-old kid who grew up on a really small island, and that was something to aspire to be. And then I realized the world is so much bigger. The world is so much bigger than just your little small town. Like I said, this video is not for someone who's in the corporate lane and who is working really hard to get to be a CEO, a CFO, a district manager. That's different. If that is your calling, if that's what you want to do in life, by all means, work at it, become super great at it. But if that's not what you really want to do, you gotta stop. I understand that working is really easy. I understand that it's really and super easy to clock in, work your 40 hours, clock out when you're done, and then just forget about it until the next time. But it's not worth it. It's not worth it because they don't value you. They will fire you on a moment's notice. They will lay you off even if you're a good worker. Don't give them that power. Right now, while you have the time, invest in yourself. Invest in the skills and the gifts that you naturally have and figure out a way to bring value into the world. And I say bring value instead of make money because in order to make money doing whatever you want to do, you have to be providing value. If you get into something with the sole intention of making money, chances are your content is not going to be at the level it needs to be for someone to pay for it. And it will be very apparent that you're only doing it to make money. So again, and I cannot stress this enough, whatever you choose to do needs to be adding value into the world somehow. Whether it is inspiring someone with your music, inspiring someone with your videos, teaching someone something, creating something that's never been seen before. Find a way to use your gifts and talents that I know you have. Because everyone has a talent, everyone has a gift that they've been given. Everyone has a purpose. I know that you have something. Use that to add value into the world. And I promise you're gonna feel much more fulfilled than you were if you spent 60 hours dumping fries into a salt basket. I worked really hard to the point of tears at several of these dead-end jobs. And at the end, I never felt fulfilled and I never felt like I had achieved something. But when I started making my own things and I started using my talents and gifts in a better way, I found happiness in that. And I want you to find that. So, like I said, this video is not for the guy who's trying to climb the corporate ladder because he has a plan. No, this is for the guy who is sitting at a dead-end job and who is not doing anything specifically because they haven't been exposed to the idea of doing something different. I'm letting you know now, you are gifted. You can do so many things you don't even realize and be so many things you don't even realize. Open yourself up to that possibility. Hopefully this video helped. If it did, please feel free to subscribe. Like I said, if you need more information on the creative journey or on inspiration, motivation, and all that stuff in between, please feel free to visit www.giftedbiscuit.com. We post articles that go more in depth on the creative journey, the ups and downs, the trials and triumphs, and all that good stuff. I hope you had a good day. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, remember, create boldly because you matter. I'll see you later. If you like this episode, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for all of our new episodes. Also, consider visiting www.giftedbiscuit.com for more in-depth articles from inspiration to motivation to much more. Have a great day.